So the other thing, hi, are you enjoying your coffee today? Karen Rands, of course. And so the other thing that you need to understand about competition, and this, what I just mentioned, if you saw the video, just watching these in sequence. The second thing about the technical barriers, just because you have a patent does not mean that you have a company or even a product. I had this company come to me extremely enthusiastic. Man, enthusiasm could get you into the market, making money and attracting capital and becoming successful. This particular entrepreneur might have had what it takes. But the product that, and I don't want to name names on any of this stuff, so I'm going to talk very intentionally vague. But it was something that this entrepreneur had um, experienced the need for during a particular point in her life. And she was very enthusiastic because the size of the market. And that whole, oh, if we only get 1% of this market, and it's an evergreen market, meaning it's getting replaced all the time, people are moving in and out of this particular stage of their life that they might need these. And, it's going to be, it's going to be great. But in reality, it was one of those kind of products that you would scratch your head and say, why would anybody actually use that and spend the kind of money? So she had not really, what she'd done is she'd asked her target market friends of friends, what do you think? And of course they say yes. And of course they say they would want to buy it because they're not going to tell you that they're not. I mean, particularly if there's some kind of authority difference there, they're going to try to please you. And if you're enthusiastic, they're going to try to please you. Investors are the same way. Investors don't want to hurt your feelings. So what investors told this particular entrepreneur, when you sell 1,000 of them, come back and talk to us. Because they don't believe that the product will ever get to market. She doesn't really know what it's going to cost to manufacture it. She doesn't have any idea how she's going to sell it or distribute it. And so so you don't have it. I mean, the competition there is yourself. It's the status quo. And so you have to be very, very thorough. And there's a lot of ways that you can figure this stuff out. You can figure it out through surveys. You can figure it out through where people are searching for something similar to that. You go to trade shows. I've done some of these segments where I talk about validating your invention by going to trade shows. There's a lot that you can do to validate your marketplace before you spend any money creating a patent. Do a poor man's patent until you figured out whether this is it. I had another client that had paid a lot of money on a patent for something, it was a technology solution that involved hardware and software. And in reality, this particular entrepreneur did not have the team, did not have the industry experience, did not have anything to know how to really take that particular product to market. And all the competition that wasn't even really there in a good, reliable product yet, a lot of it was still in the development, and spent a lot of money, like hundreds of millions of dollars on getting it. And so the odds of him being able to attract that with this new variation, just because he has a patent, and because there were some fundamental things that were wrong with where the stage of technology was right now that would completely inhibit and prohibit his vision of this solution from really coming to market or being functional. So he had a great idea, but he spent a bunch of friends and family money on getting a patent without ever really validating whether it could really work. He would have been much better off going straight for an MVP on this and getting a wireframe in place and getting a prototype done with existing technology that he put together before he went off and spent money on trying to get a patent that may or may not, be able to defend what he needed to do when he finally got to his finished goods. So that's the sequence on that. I guess I didn't really talk about competition on this one, did I? It's all about the competition, understanding your marketplace and understanding who's going to buy it and why they're going to buy it and why they're buying whatever they're buying already and what the price points are on that, and can you make money before you do anything else. And if you can't produce that information, Mr. Investor, if they can't produce that insight, then, don't just be nice and walk away. Another tip for the day for the compassionate capitalist. This one might have been a little long. But yeah, that's all right. Y'all are okay.